Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Leicester 1, Chelsea 2. We get the job done. I apologise for the lighting of this video. I've been away this week and we extended the trip, so I've got a little tiny softbox light in front of the phone today for this 6 things we learned video. Chelsea are back from an international break, and once again we don't get a bad result straight after the international fixtures. Leicester away was a match that we should be winning. When you look at the opening 30 minutes of this game, I'm telling you, it was an absolute no contest. Leicester, they're the home side, and no wonder they've been struggling so much this season. The golfing class between the newly promoted sides from the Championship and the top teams in this league, it's actually insane. Chelsea, for the first 30 minutes, it was as if we were on the training ground. It was as if it was like men against boys. It's like we invited the flipping 13-year-olds from the academy and we started to try hard. Chelsea didn't really need to go anywhere out of second or third gear. 10 minutes into the match, Harry Winks goes off for Leicester City. He's the man who's always trying to get on the ball. And I feel as though the moment Harry Winks went off for Leicester, it's as if they didn't know what to do. They didn't have an out ball. They didn't have any ideas when it came to, like, Leicester won the ball back and then within a couple of seconds Chelsea have got it again. Chelsea today lined up with a 4-2-3-1. We knew that Reece James wasn't going to be available because of a new hamstring injury. Malo Gusto is apparently ill. Pedro Neto picked up a knock during the international. So we're looking at that team and thinking Wesley Fofana has got to do a job again at right back. I thought Badiashile today came into the side and didn't really put a foot wrong. I mean, if there was any kind of weakness today from Chelsea, it was again Sanchez giving the ball away to the wrong player when he had absolutely nothing to do. I don't know how Sanchez managed to wind me up in that first half, but he absolutely did. But Chelsea today, we have managed to go away from home again, get the win, keeping us in the top 4 for the weekend. But what I will say today is the best player out there on the field for Chelsea was the goal scorer, the first goal, Nicholas Jackson. I thought all round, when it comes to strikers play, I thought Jackson today was absolutely brilliant. The goal that he scores, he was a menace. He would not give up on any of that. And Nicholas Jackson today I thought was brilliant. He had also a great effort that was saved, and then Enzo Fernandez obviously scored the rebound. Then there's the shot which the Leicester goalkeeper saves, and then somehow Cole Palmer and Noni Madueke, one of them cannot put the ball into the back of the net. But overall today, Nicholas Jackson was the difference. It's 1-0 Chelsea. Second half, not really a lot happening again. I'm like, how are Chelsea going to come out of this with 3 points? It literally, to me, had written all over it that because we couldn't score that second goal, because we couldn't find that clinical form in front of goal, I just thought that Leicester were going to get back in the game. Enzo Fernandez arrives in space, in the box for the rebound, scores the header, 2-0 Chelsea, and then we're pretty relaxed. And in terms of like bigging things up after this game, I'm not going to lie to you, it wasn't the best performance in the world. The lineup was a little bit concerning for me when I saw that Neto, Gusto, James, all 3 of those players not in the side. I thought Noni Madueke did really well. And then the clean sheet's gone at the end. We give away a penalty, but to me it looked as though the Leicester player tripped. I'm not going to really spend too much time in this video, 6 things, bashing the Chelsea defence for that towards the end. No clean sheet, but I mean, you kind of expected it, right? Anyway, box number 1 of this 6 things we learned video. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, smack a like on the video. Box number 1 is a green for Nicholas Jackson. The talk this week on GBFC, I was discussing Chelsea's interest in Victor Gyökeres. We're still interested apparently in Victor Osimhen, looking to open up conversations again. But Nicholas Jackson, quietly, is absolutely kicking on right now at Chelsea. He's now got more Premier League goals than Fernando Torres scored at Chelsea, and that man left for the Champions League trophy. Fernando Torres, Nicholas Jackson has now surpassed him. His all-round game today was brilliant. It's a proper striker's goal, the one that he gets. He's putting his body on the line, he's putting pressure on that Leicester defender, forcing that mistake, and then the finish is clinical. It reminds me of kind of like something you'd see from like a Nicolas Anelka It was an absolutely brilliant goal from Nicholas Jackson. And then I don't think he gets the assist because he forced the save and then Enzo Fernandez scored the rebound. But look, Nicholas Jackson basically got himself an assist today as well. I don't know how Palmer and Noni couldn't put the ball in there between them at the beginning of the second half. But overall, Jackson's doing it again. Gets himself another Premier League goal. Box number 2. And what a massive day this could be for this player, by the way. Enzo Fernandez was everywhere. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I said it in my preview. When you're playing against a team that are going to sit back, you don't need to have Lavia and Caicedo. When Chelsea are playing against teams that transition quickly, that might have a lot more of the possession, probably the higher end teams in the league, then maybe you pick Lavia for that. And I think what we saw today from Maresca is the faith that he's got in Enzo. And I think he sees what we need to see, where the midfield need to proactively be getting into the right positions more. And lo and behold, I don't think Lavia gets in the position to score the header that Enzo Fernandez scores today. And lo and behold, with Leicester scoring a late goal, we needed that second. Enzo was the man to get it. I thought he was fantastic. Box number 3 is also a green for Moises Caicedo. This man, every single time I see him play for Chelsea, even if it's not like a world-beating, world-class game, everything is just great from him. It's not just good anymore. It's not just like little flashes of control in the middle. He's just got it on lock. Moises Caicedo is absolutely unbelievable. Box number 4 is a green today for Marc Cucurella. I was worried. You know, there's no Gusto. There's no James. You've got Badia Shield back in there. What are we going to see from Cucurella? But what we saw was Joao Felix starting the game. Felix was kind of trying to come inside a little bit, operate in that pocket of space in the half-10 spot with Cole Palmer alternately. Marc Cucurella held the width, and Marc Cucurella puts in the cross, which leads to Chelsea's second goal. I think for me, when it comes to the tactical intelligence of the Chelsea players right now, I think Cucurella, you can see game by game that he's executing the plan individually that Maresca has put on him. Whether that is to hold the width like he did in this one, or at times he's obviously inverting and doing that job that we saw under Poch last season. But these kind of matches where Chelsea are kind of, we're half there, but we're half not, but at least we're in control. All I want to see is consistent performers, and we absolutely got that today. Box number 5 is a yellow for Joao Felix. You know, I liked it. I looked at the lineup, I thought, this is interesting. It's obviously not ideal. You want Neto to be there. You want your Gustos and your Jameses fit. Of course you do. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a big game for Joao Felix. He has a couple of chances in the first half. He slices a volley wide and then makes a good connection with the second one. It goes over. And everything I'm seeing from him is like, great little touches, good this, good that. But then it's like, what comes at the end of that? And I think for him today, where Chelsea were still struggling really to like really break through this Leicester team. Their keeper made some good saves. We had good opportunities. But I just wanted more from him. I wanted more from Palmer today too. He tried, but again, it's not the most influential display. But I think Felix is given a shot here. And I'm not convinced he takes it. There's lots of good little touches and little moments. But overall, I need more from what I saw and the positions I saw him in today. Box number 6, you know. I'm just going to give a green here today to Enzo Maresca. I think he's managed this really well. I think it is obviously for him. He was obviously the Leicester manager. You got Wesley Fofana being called the C word all match long by the Leicester fans. I think today was a professional performance. I think you can see that it's an early kickoff. The players have been on internationals, whatever. It wasn't quite beyond third gear, but we didn't need to do any more than third gear today to get 3 points, which at this stage is everything that we need. We need to keep beating the teams that are lower than us in the table and start to really home in on getting the points against the big 6. If we do that, then we're absolutely laughing. We get the job done today. Let me know the 6 things that you learned from Leicester 1, Chelsea 2 in the comments down below. Make sure you follow the podcast on Spotify. There'll be a new episode out this coming week. And as well as that, if you haven't already, make sure you use the discount code GBFC10 at the Chelsea Megastore. There's a QR code up on the screen and a link in the description. Come on, you Blues.